There's a freaking fly in the booth. With my luck, he's gonna land right in the middle of the quarter panel or right in the middle of this brand new door. Watch, just watch, guys. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you. As many times as what's going on, YouTube? So today we're gonna lay to rest a common misunderstanding when it comes to clear coat, because I've gone back and forth with too many guys, too many times, talking about this. So we have this Toyota, I think it's a Highlander, and we're gonna be doing a blend on this door and a blend on our quarter. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to clear coat one panel one way and another panel another way. And then we're gonna see which panel comes out smoother and which one has more texture, or will they both be the same? Hopefully the audio sounds a little better. I just plugged this mic in. I bought this mic so long ago and it was giving me problems, but I just figured out it had different modes. So hopefully this thing's working right now. Anyway, before I get into what exactly I'm referring to, I want to touch on something else because they kind of go hand in hand. And that is that a lot of painters or people in general believe that the more clear a car has on it, the smoother it's going to be. I can tell you right now that's wrong, because the best, smoothest, most perfect paint jobs I've ever had have had the least amount of material on them. The more material you put on, the higher chances are that you're going to have orange peel, and a lot of it. The less material you have on a car, the greater the odds are that your paint is going to finish flat. Now, with that being said, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I'm not going to say the answer, but I want you to write your answer in the comments. A couple questions. The first one is, with what I just said about less material giving a flatter finish, would you say that higher pressure puts out more material than lower pressure? Write your answer in the comments below. Then, once you answer that question, I got another question for you. Would you say higher pressure causes more overspray than lower pressure? Put your answer in the comments for both of those questions, and then we're going to go into the mixing room and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So the reason why I'm posing these questions to you is I've gotten into a debate with numerous painters numerous times about whether higher pressure or lower pressure is going to give you a flatter finish. I can't believe I've had this debate as many times as I have, because those two questions I just asked you guys tells you the answer. But today we're going to prove it. What we're going to do is, on the door, I'm going to spray that with 30 psi on my DV1, and on the quarter, I'm going to shoot that with 20 psi on my DV1. I'm going to show you guys both coats, and then we're going to compare the finish at the end. And the results are going to speak for themselves. And the reason why the results are going to be what they're going to be is because of those two questions that I asked you guys to answer 2 seconds ago. I'm going to go put my final drop coat on these panels, then I'm going to mix up our clear, and we'll get in there and we'll start laying our clear. I'll show you guys both panels, I'll show you the pressure, and my gun's going to be set up exactly the same way for both panels. Okay, so I actually figured I'll take you guys along for the drop coat because there's something that I want to mention in regards to the gun that you're using to clear. So obviously, as I referred to in my Black Widow video, what really separates an expensive gun from a cheap gun is not necessarily its capability to do its job. It's more so its ability to atomize paint at a lower pressure. So yes, I could spray my clear coat, which is a high solids clear, which is a very thick clear, and I can spray it unreduced out of my DV1 at 20 psi. I can't do that out of a gun like the Black Widow, for example. I have to shoot it at a higher pressure, otherwise it doesn't atomize properly, and I get solvent pop. That's really where the price of an expensive gun comes in, is its ability to atomize paint at a low pressure. Now with that being said, I'm gonna let this flash off, go mix our clear, and then we'll start spraying our clear. I'm gonna shoot the door at 30 psi. I'm gonna shoot our quarter at 20 psi. And the difference in texture, I believe, is going to speak for itself. With that being said, I'll be right back. Okay, so to keep it fair, again, I got all my clear that I'm gonna need for both rounds. I already cleared that. Now, there you go, 19 psi. I'll shoot this quarter at 19. And you guys will be able to see, I'm gonna move at the same speed, and I'm keeping the same distance. The only thing I'm gonna change is my pressure. Okay, so that's our first coat. Looks pretty good for a first coat. Okay, now for our door, I'm at 30. And this is the 2-bar that everybody shoots their clear at. Still pretty smooth, but we'll see. We'll see after the second coat. All right, here we go. Second coat. 20 psi in our quarter. Like butter. Like butter. All right. Now we're going to go to 30 psi and shoot this door. 30 psi. And I know people are going to ask, this is a blend panel, that's a dent. Didn't get paid to fix that dent. That's why it's still there. Anyway. 30 psi. You guys can see I'm shooting it the exact same length. And I mean, you guys could do this for yourself also. You're putting on more material and you're causing more overspray. All right, so I've given everything about 10 minutes to flow out. Here's our door. I also sprayed this at 19 psi. I mean, it doesn't get much flatter than that. Here's our quarter. Let me not stand in the light. Again, it really doesn't get much flatter than that. And here's our door. You can see, obviously, very clearly, how much more texture this panel has. Not to say that it's a bad finish, but all of that overspray from all of that extra pressure, that's what happens. You can't have this with all that overspray. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I at least entertained you. If I did, if you could, just leave a like, maybe a comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me and it helps out the channel a bunch. Till the next time, guys. Peace.